Hi, thank you for joining me. I apologize, we're half an hour early because I have a 7 o'clock somewhere else. So let's get started, shall we? Today is October 25th, 2018, and it's 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here in Florida. And let's get going on this. So we're going to do our share screen share, pull up the trade, and let you see what's going on. And there it is. This has been one heck of a ride, has it not? Okay. Well, the pair is NZDUSD, or New Zealand dollar, US dollar. I put in this buy clear back in June 25th of 2018. It's been a few months, which isn't a problem because I'm what is called a long-term trader. So the longer I'm in it, no problem. And I'll show you why. Many people ask me when I do a trade why I don't put in additional entry prices. Well, with this broker, they have a FIFO rule, and they stick by it. In other words, first in, first out. So you do one trade at a time, one pair, or you lose your margin level and you have a tendency to get stomped out easier. And if you don't understand what the words I'm using, don't worry, I'm going to explain it to you. This price, this pair, was a buy at a 0.01 lot size, keeping it very minimal. The lower I keep it, the longer I can go, and it makes it so that my stop loss and my take profit isn't so much of a risk. This price entered at 0.68310. Now my stop loss is sitting at, see if it'll read it up for you. We'll go down to the 4 hour, and there it is. It's a negative 7,000 pips, or negative $70. That is the largest I'm willing to lose on this trade. That's all it is. And with a balance of $949.37, then more likely I'll lose another 4 to 6 cents being over 24 hours, which is what this broker does when they charge you your fees. It's still over $949. Not that big of a deal for a negative $70 stop loss, right? Doesn't affect me much. My take profit is sitting at 0.75310. I'm sorry, my stop loss is 0.61310. The take profit, like I stated, is 0.75310, which is 7,000 pips or $70 in profit. Now, I can change that profit anytime I feel it's needed. But what I'm going to do is when the trade goes into profit or over my entry price, above it, I will move my stop loss to above my entry price, making sure that any of the pips I profited on, I won't lose, regardless of what the trade does. So it's a win-win-win all the way around. The longer I stay in, the longer I keep going. Now, when we did this video yesterday, I was actually sitting at negative $31.13. And if you notice, a negative $30.42, it's changed. It's gone back towards my take profit. Yes, it is still over $30 negative, but it's not a concern because I can lose up to $70 before it hits my stop loss. Having just one entry price, one trade, one pair, I can keep my margin level above 4,000. And my comfort level for my margin level is around 2,500 to 3,000. So I keep it just to one trade, extended, long term. It's not a quick fix. People have asked me, why don't you trade in the smaller time charts? Well, here's why. Going down in the minute time chart, you can see there's not hardly anything going on in a minute. Not much here to see where your entry price is, your take profit should be, or your stop loss should be, because there's no indicators on this chart. Those that trade in the 4-hour or less time charts have indicators, have trend lines. They mark up their chart, and with my health issues, marking up my chart every day would be mind-blowing. Very difficult to remember when I have to restart every day as if I were 6 months old, because I have no memory. Because I go through grand mal seizures while I sleep, erasing my memory. So as the days progress, I start to relearn everything, and indicators seem to be a little overwhelming to mark it up every single day, because I won't know I've done it, and when I look at it, I won't know what to do or how to do it. So that's why I trade on what's called a naked chart. Now, going into the 5-minute time, we literally have very little movement. And, you know, we can liken this to one of those 3.5-hour movies. You know, the very good ones like The Hobbit or Tale-to City, you know, the classics. In the first 5 minutes, there's not much information that you understand by a movie. Same thing with the trade. In the first 5 minutes, there's not a lot that can be done. Or you could if you had indicators. But without indicators, there's not much here that can be done or explained how this trade is going to go. Going into the 15-minute time chart, yes, we have movement. It's got my interest. I see what's going on a little. Only to October 4th, which was only 3 weeks ago. Not enough time to show me what's needed. So I go to the 30-minute time chart. And in 30 minutes, it goes back to September 13th of this year. Once again, it's not bad. It just doesn't show me everything I need to be comfortable in trading in the smaller time charts. Then I go into the hour time chart. Now, after the first hour in a movie, you have a good idea of what's going to happen. But there's always a catch. There's something always that's going to surprise you. And that's what trades do. They will surprise you if you're not watching specifically the one pair and keeping a close eye on it. Well, at least for the first couple of weeks to see what's going on. And yes, I said weeks, not hours, not minutes, not anything. Because when you trade right, but you have to look left. And looking left on the hour time chart, there's not a lot to tell me what is going to happen. Going into the 4-hour time chart, now I will be honest with you. It wasn't too long ago, about 2.5 months, when I was only trading in the 4-hour time chart. And I realized it's not giving me a clear picture of everything that I need to know of what this trade will do. Yes, I can see what the resistance. Yes, I can see the support. Yes, I can see some indicators of head and shoulders and how many times it tests and retests before it breaks through or turns. but it's still not a clear picture. It's not the whole story. And your movie's probably over by now, and so you are, in my opinion, would probably be trying to adjust or make sense out of it, possibly. So that's why I go into the daytime chart. Now in the daytime chart, I can go back to, it says February of 2014, which is over 4 years, almost 5 years here. So I can definitely see what is going on. And the price on this is actually a negative $30.42. It's not that big of a deal. It's just a little over 3,000 pips. And it's going to turn. Like I stated, you trade right, but you look left. So you step where it stops, and then you move your cursor all the way left to where you last saw this pattern. So I'm going to go just a little bit right in there. And the price is 0.65265. I need to go back a little bit further. You see why I'm doing it? 65265. Not quite there yet. So go into this other one. And there it is, in that area. So you can see the pattern that's right here. You can see that it may go down a little bit more, or it may turn around and shoot up into our entry price, as well as down 3 times and going back, retesting, retesting, and turn and retesting each support resistance until it goes up to our profit. And that's how you read a chart without any indicators. Now I'm going to stop my screen share and see if there are any questions. And it doesn't sound like there are any. So going once. Oh, how do I find my signals? Good question. I have 5 different areas. One is Orrin Wright, Stevenson Lindor. They are both educators with iMarkets Live. To get access to them, you need to sign up with iMarkets Live. My third one is Christopher Terry, who happens to be the CEO of iMarkets Live and has over 25 years of trading experience. So I believe and feel that you can definitely trust his guidance. My fourth person I contact with is with Tracy Walker, who is my sponsor and has taught me over and over and over, as well as others, how to notice the trade, pick the entry price, figure out the stop loss and take profit, mark up the charts, and succeed. And she's also with iMarkets Live. And the final place I look is Swipe Trades, which is an app on our smartphones through, yeah, you guessed it, iMarkets Live. So to get access to these 5 areas, you need to sign up or get started with iMarkets Live so that you have the education and the skills at your fingertips instead of having to ask. You can learn, and once you learn that skill, it will pay you for life. Going twice and gone. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a fantastic remainder of your day or night. Bye for now.